Hey guys, it's Alexis back at it again with another video. And today we're going to be looking at the synastry between the beautiful, the talented, the amazing actors, Jacob Anderson and Sam Reid. And if you are under a rock, girl, get up. Girl, get up. Okay. These two are co stars on the hit show Interview with a Vampire that was derived off of Anne Rice's books, and they're going to be expanding all of the iterations of her novels and literature. And where they're playing the famous characters Lestat de Lioncourt and Louis Dupont du Loc. Okay. Did my AP French pay off? Maybe, I don't know. But today I really wanted to get into their synastry because the chemistry that these two exude is just off the charts. Like, I'd be like, baby, let me sit up in my seat because it is really spicy. And, I personally haven't seen this level of like on screen chemistry in quite some time. Maybe I just haven't been watching enough media. But I mean, it doesn't help that these two are very fine. Very, very fine. Okay. Very fine and very talented. So we get a glimpse into their own world. And I have a theory that I'd like to explore a little bit more while we look into their actual synastry. So if you guys want to watch to see what is their astrological alignment looking like, continue on. And let me just say, I have been trying to make this video. This is my third time trying to make this video. This is my third time, babe, and I'm gonna get it out because I can't do this no more. Yeah. So I hope you guys are having a great day. And remember, everyone loves a brown-eyed girl. This is not my merch, but look how cute that is. This cute little baby tee. And if you haven't seen, I got my hair did. I got my hair done. This is the Fulani with a quick weave in the back. So it just has like this dimension of curls and braids and really, really cute for the summer. And it's so crazy because I'm going to an event after I do this and look at that monster on my forehead. So I'm just trying to just power through and just forget that it's there. But make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, and if you want your own personal reading for synastry, for birth charts in general, for progress charts, make sure you email me at goldenflamehealing@gmail.com. Okay, so let's get into this. I was just like, girl, I need to look at their alignment because it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Okay. And Sam Reid, he's one of those people who are like a cusp baby. He's born on February 19th. Gang, 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 19 baby. And his birth time is unknown. So he's either a very late degree Aquarius sun, or he is a very early degree Pisces sun. So to me, he could like really play off of either because he has all this Jupiter in Pisces and Mercury in Pisces. So he could come off as more of like a Piscean Aquarius or a very like Aquarian Pisces. I'm just gonna go with him being an Aquarius because he's very very stoic and he shows up like when you see in his interviews he's very you know like unique and a little dorky, like not to be rude or anything. Like it's a good thing. It's a good quality. Like you can tell he's just like a very attractive theater kid that grew up with a love of the arts, a love of technology, a love of history, and I could definitely see that playing out as him being an Aquarius sun. And if he is an Aquarius sun, that's at the 29th degree, that's the fame degree, right? Like he is known to be like his self-expression is widely recognized and widely known. So that would make sense, in my opinion. And if he is a Pisces sun, that could still play out as him being like an artiste of many. He is an actor, a well-renowned actor, but I did some research. I think he dabbled in music as well, though that would really make sense. Okay, so he is an alleged Aquarius sun, Pisces Mercury, Pisces Jupiter. He has his North Node in Aries. He has his Mars in Aries. He has a Chiron in Gemini. He has a South Node in Libra. He has a Scorpio moon. Pluto and Scorpio. He has a Saturn and Sag with Uranus, and he has his Neptune and Venus in Capricorn. Alrighty. And Jacob Anderson, he is a Gemini sun with a Gemini Mercury, very mercurial, very mutable. Both of them are very mutable people. Mutable placements in general are just amazing for acting because they're able to, mutate their words and their actions into another person and like form their own like identity outside of themselves and really embody the energy. So that makes sense as well. And I believe that Jacob does music too. Like they're very artistically inclined people. I think that that is one of the things that gives them like that sense of respect for one another because they are in their own like artistry coming together. It's beautiful. Jacob has a Chiron in Cancer conjoined to his Jupiter. Difficulties with the family, difficulties with women. Might be a difficult husband. Maybe he feels like he's not a good enough husband for the family, but we're going to get more into that later. He has his Pluto and Scorpio with Lilith. He has his Uranus in Capricorn conjoined to Neptune, Saturn in Capricorn. He is in Aquarius North Node. And he also has his Mars in Aries with the Aries moon, and he has a Venus in Taurus. Very, very cute Taurus. Love that. The first thing that I seen, because I was like, babe, the sexual chemistry is intense, 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 intense. Jacob's moon is on Sam's Mars. Moon, Mars, Synastry, that's emotional connection that is tied with, your peen, your loins. That's somebody who, if you were to have sex with them, you are just emotionally, like you're going to get your emotions involved because of the sex. And I feel like, I mean, I'm speculating here, and I feel like because, it's an Aries individuals, they're ruled by Mars, like a Mars ruled moon. Like that's somebody who is like very, like their emotions they can go into impulsivity or, they can just go, 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 go. Their emotions can be very like very vast and very wide, and they're used to controlling people with their emotions. They're used to like dominating a room. But with it conjoined to Sam's Mars, I feel like, I mean, if you haven't seen the show, Lestat is the dominant figure. He's the dom in the relationship, and I feel like that could even translate to their own personal relationship. Like Sam is very dominant over Jacob, and I feel like Jacob kind of likes it like that. Because I feel like if you're a man, like you're supposed to be like this macho man, like, oh, I gotta go do this. But it's kind of nice to have somebody that kind of overpowers you in a way. That's this masculine figure that can teach you how to be regulatory of your emotions. Or this could look like them kind of playing on impulsivity, impulsive sex, impulsive emotions that drive them to make certain actions. Very intense alignment, which would make sense with the way that they act with each other. Like it feels very real. Like it doesn't feel like doesn't feel like acting. It feels like it's real life. um and what's so interesting though is that Jacob has his moon in, I mean, he has his Mars in Aries as well, conjoined to Sam's North Node. I feel like because they were in this production together and they met through this production, I believe. I feel like in a way that they have this understanding about, being this like driver and initiator and like a very authoritative force in their own lives. Like they're very much like go-getters. They work hard. They're able to just like dominate and climb the ladder, right? And I think that in a way, Jacob's drive kind of reflects in some sort of way to Sam. And like North Node and Aries, like North Node energy is something that we're not readily comfortable with. And he doesn't really have any other Aries placements to like help him integrate this frequency. So I feel like, you know, I feel like Jacob helps him integrate that Aries energy and like push him towards his destiny to like be more selfish and be very direct and very self-indulged and like not really care and be kind of like cutthroat, even if someone's like, oh wow, like he's kind of an asshole. It's kind of like his right, in this lifetime. And Jacob kind of helps him forward that path through their passions, through sex. And that could even look like, I mean, I'm speculating, right? I feel like them having this like very intense sexuality kind of pushes our sexual encounter and interaction pushes Sam towards this north node of like embodying the I am and like being very self-identified with this Aries energy, like not really caring, like, yeah, well, this is how it is. And I'm speculating, this is all alleged, but because it's the theme keeps coming up again, and we're gonna expand on that, okay? And then Sam has his Jupiter in Pisces squaring with Jacob's sun and sun in Gemini. This could look like, again, a lot of impulsive behaviors. Like this could look like overindulgence, overindulgence in behaviors. I feel like because it's all of this this Neptunian energy meeting with Mercury, like there is just nonstop communication, nonstop flowing, nonstop, you know, speaking about spirituality. Like there needs to be a buffer and there needs to be balance to be restored. Um, but it affects Jacob a lot. Like it affects his identity. Like all these squares to his son, like he's questioning himself a lot with their interaction. Like I feel like on Sam's end, it's more of like a acknowledgement and an accepting, like, okay, I'm having these feelings are coming up. Okay, what is it bringing up? But I feel like for Sam, I mean, for Jacob, it's a little harder. Like he's taking all of this energy a little bit harder than Sam. And he got his feelings involved. Like this is different for him. Like he literally is embodying Louis in a different way. Like it's the reason why these two were brought together to play these very interesting and almost similar characters together, you know? Like nothing is coincidence. Especially with that North Node energy, like it gives me like fated sexual interaction with one another. And then Jacob, he has, his Gemini sun and Mercury in Gemini. And then Sam has a Chiron in Gemini. So that looks like maybe when they rehearse and they go over their lines, maybe Jacob can, like, Geminis, they're super playful and they don't know how to tone it in sometimes. Like they could just say things and kind of just speak their thoughts and speak out loud. And they don't really see, like, okay, you're doing a lot, you're doing too much right now. I feel like definitely Sam is somebody that, could experience some difficulties around communication, maybe in childhood, like not feeling like he was heard, not feeling like, you know, that his words didn't matter, that his thoughts didn't matter, or his ideas didn't matter. And when he would try to bring it up, he would get shut down and felt rejected in a way. And I feel like unconsciously, I don't think Jacob would hurt his feelings on purpose, but unconsciously, I think he would just be playing with him and playing with Sam that would, hurt his feelings a little bit, hurt his like touch that wound around communication, and like bring up things like, oh, like I could see him being like, oh, why would you say it like that? Say it like, like very playful. And Sam was just kind of like, oh, like, you know, just kind of retreats a little bit, like, oh, maybe or having like even the best actors, they have a lot of insecurities about their acting abilities. I'm not saying that Sam does, but people are people. People are humans. They have emotions, right? And when you are, your job is to convey emotion and to convey speech and to convey, you know, these feelings through your words. And if you have a wound around that, you're going to be hypercritical on yourself about that. And with his Mercury there, I feel like he could even like say things that hurt his feelings unconsciously. but also helps him realize that, he is a great actor. Like, I could definitely see Jacob being like, "No, this was amazing. You're great. You're this." And it can help Sam a lot. Definitely help him a lot. Heal those wounds around communication. But we got to get into this. We got to get into this. I feel like they both share issues around women, around femininity, particularly maybe the mother, because it's ruled by Cancer, and Cancer is the moon, it's emotions, it's mother, it's internal processing. Um, Jacob has his Chiron conjoined to Jupiter in Cancer. So this could look like somebody, you know, not believing that they're good enough for the home, for the family, like maybe. And then Jupiter is the husband. With Chiron, maybe he feels like he's not a good enough husband, he's not a good enough father, he doesn't add value to the home. And this is just his own, influence, right? And it's opposing Sam's Venus in Capricorn, like Venus is our values. Like Sam values stability in love. He values wanting to work with the partner, wanting to work in a relationship, like having a home business with a partner. Like that's something that he could perceive or person foresee for himself. And I think this to me reads as like Jacob having wounds around, his ability to be abundant, to create, to create a home, to create a happy home, because Sam is like shining this magnet, this like magnitude, this magnifying glass and being like, "Are you good enough?" Because you're having these feelings outside of your family. You're having like there's a lot of differences in philosophies and belief systems that they're both having to come to like this reckoning. And it makes sense, right? Because one is British and black and one is white and Australian. So there's differences in the cultural differences that they come into play where it's kind of like a new relationship in a sense. Like somebody brings a different energy to the relationship, makes you kind of question things or have to open your own perspective and um, taking to account on how you maybe not as how you are not as, open or you're not as aware of things that you didn't know before, especially around love, especially around values. Because I mean, they both have Earth Venuses. They both want consistency and stability, and they both want, I mean, Jacob more so than ever, like he wants like a beautiful love off of like we cook together, we wine together, you know we travel together. And Sam is like, yeah, I want consistency in love, I want to work with a partner. And it's so crazy because they met at work, building foundations, building their legacies. They met at work. Oh man, oh man. What's so interesting is that Jacob has his north node in Aquarius and his south node in Leo. And like Leo can represent children. Leo represents this like the fifth house of romance, of expression, of creativity, of children. Um, and Aquarius is like about humanity. Like he is supposed to be someone in his lifetime. Like he definitely comes from like being on this pedestal and being on the stage and being seen. I feel like he'll do like more behind the scenes work. Like he might do more writing or producing and editing as he grows older, having more writing credits. But the Leo Aquarius axis is like the fame, like you're famous for your contribution to society in different aspects. And I mean, it's not conjoined, but with them being the same sign, I feel like they were definitely meant to meet each other. through their act of service to humanity. And it's so funny because Sam has his Scorpio moon conjoined to Pluto. It's not in a really tight conjunction, but it's the same sign. This could be why, like, Sam will literally go and do his job, do the press run and then just disappear and then kind of just fall back. And everyone's like, where'd he go? Like Scorpio placements are very private people. And he's very, very private person. I feel like he can even maybe with it conjoined to Pluto, he could have some secrets in the home, family secrets that only he knows about. He could have had like a controlling mother or a controlling childhood growing up, or he is somebody that has embodied certain controlling aspects. He might be controlling in relationships, or people try to control him in relationships, and he just wants to maintain his power outside of that. So he, retreat like Scorpio energy, Scorpio moon, especially. Those are people who had a lot of control in their upbringing, a lot of possessiveness, not being able to express emotions. And what do people do when they're not able to express? They repress and they hold things in, and it causes them to, you know hold on to certain people, hold on to certain things, hold on to secrets. And I feel like even with him, like, he might have like explosive relationships and kind of transformative, intense relationships with women, with the mother. I think they both share that, and I think they both allow themselves to express certain aspects of their own femininity together, because there is like this energy of repression. And I mean, these energies work together, like Scorpio and Cancer. The depth of emotions is validated. Um, and then look at this, like, Sam has his Uranus and Sag opposite Jacob's Gemini sun. He brings chaos to his identity. He makes him question himself. And with Saturn there too, he brings a little bit of sense of restriction. Like, he can't fully be, like, the way that he was able to kind of mutate and change before, it's not the same with Sam. He can't do the same way. He can't, Geminis, like, they're really good at being like the jokester and hiding their feelings and, trying to be like lighthearted. But with this Saturn influence, it's almost like restricting his ability to put on the front. Like, Sam can see right through him. Sam has a hold on Jacob, and it's kind of fucking Jacob up, because he was like, I could definitely see him being like, "I we have this amazing chemistry," and it just got deeper than that. Like, I could definitely see that. And then, but also, Jacob. I mean, with this Neptune Venus conjunction, like, that definitely looks like a very a relationship that is built off the foundation with that Capricorn energy, off of, the love of art, the love of growing in art, the love of learning, and the consistency with their practice of art. But like, also could be like Jacob is kind of like shifting his perception of what is value in love. Like, his own value system is getting shaken up with like a kind of illusion, like, oh, like, I didn't know that I could feel these things. I didn't know that I could have this, because, Neptune and Capricorn, it's like, I mean, Venus and Capricorn is like stability, it's hardship, it's kind of like being married to work in a sense. And then Jacob just takes all that off, and like unbinds this idea that you have around love. Like, oh, you thought that this is what you wanted? Actually, let me add this to you. And it's shaping his ideology. his own ideology that he set about love, about values. And they have Mars square Venus that could add like a lot of sexual energy, a lot of sexual tension. Um, and because like they're very like these are masculine signs like Capricorn and Aries, I think they kind of get off on being like kind of like boys, like just roughhousing and oh my gosh. Yeah. Neptune is squaring Mars. Again, illusion around there's some illusionment around like sex. They both have to confront. Yeah. They have some good placements. They have some good synastry, but there is definitely this level of curiosity in questioning oneself, questioning your values, questioning your belief systems, because this person has come in and shaken it up and shaken up what you believe to be true. Do I think that they hooked up? Possibly, possibly. But you know what? This is my theory, right? This is my theory. I think that they can't fully have that experience outside of the job, outside of the work. So they put all of that tension and they put all of that lust into the work and it shows, right? I feel like the show gives them a way to act on their deepest desires for one another. But then when they're off screen, you know, they can't act on it, because they're like, "Oh, well, that was just I was just playing like that. I was doing my job," like I could definitely see that playing out. And I think that Jacob is a little bit more affected by this energy than Sam is. Like they're literally playing out their roles. It's so crazy. They're literally playing out their roles. They're having to confront these sides about themselves. I feel like for Sam, for sure, he's more like, "Okay, yeah, like, I've known this about myself. I just never really, like, acted on it, like, whatever." But Jacob, I feel like maybe he acted on it before, and he was just like, "Okay, whatever." It's like one and done, like, whatever. But this is somebody who is in his emotions, where he's like, "I never had, like, an emotional connection to another man before." Like, yeah, maybe, like, sex, whatever, but emotions are different because that's deep, that's layered. Like, underneath all that Aries energy, it's deep and it's intense and it's uncomfortable to have to reckon with these sides of ourselves and having to keep it all under wraps. Like, if you watch the interviews between them, like Jacob, I'd be like, Jacob, get it together, get it together. And then you have to like remain this sense of civility because, hey, I'm on this press run. I have people looking at me. I have a family at home. I can't, I can't really show how I feel or say exactly how I feel. But baby, we be seeing it. We be seeing it, and it's okay. I want them to hunch bad. Cause I'm like, girl, people are good actors, but I'm like, baby, that is deeper than acting. And I understand that, sexuality is a spectrum, but I definitely feel like moving forward, their lives are going to be changing in ways that they haven't done before. Because, like, when you have so much chemistry and you have so much in tune with somebody else and it's shaking your sense of self, that's a scary feeling. That's a really scary, it's very vulnerable, it's very raw. Like the Aries moon that's raw down to the meat. Yeah, this is what I see so far. Um, I'm gonna stop it here. We can also go into another in-depth reading again, but this is what I see. Like these are the main things that I see. And of course, there's other little squares and sextiles and stuff. They have good compatibility. What can I say? They have good chemistry. Okay, but is it more than just chemistry? Is there feelings attached? Are there emotions attached? For sure, for sure. But are they going to act on them? That's for them to decide. Yeah, guys. So this is it for this synastry. Make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe for more. And comment down below. Do you think that they've done anything more? Or do you think that it's just strictly platonic, strictly with the show? You let me know. All right, y'all. And as always, love y'all. Subscribe so the channel can thrive. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.